my name is Claribel Roa. Today I'm going to talk about the short history named The Open Window, wrote by Saki. But first of all, who is Saki? Hector Honeymoon, better known as the pen name Saki, and also called H. Monroe, was an English Persian. Is considered by the English teacher and scholar as a master of the short history. The setting of this history is in the Mrs. Stapleton's Victorian style house in the United Kingdom countryside. The history takes place in an autumn evening when the characters congregate in a living room and near a friend's window overlooking in the lawn. From my point of view, the history has a tone funny because Vera fabricated a tale about ghosts and madness in her family from Mr. Frampton, who has a nervous condition. So it's necessary to emphasize that the history is written in a third person. After I'll tell you a summary about this history, it's necessary to talk about the personage. I have a Brandon Noodle sisters. She was the person that wrote a letter from introduce his brother to Mrs. Saplington house. Mr. Frampton Noodle, he's a nervous man that moved at a new time to put another and better his nervous condition. Also, we have a Ronnie, Mr. Saplington's youngest brother and member of the Junting party. The next person that is Mr. Sampleton is Mrs. Sampleton's husband. We have a Mrs. Sampleton. He is the person that received Mr. Frampton in her house. And finally, we have a Vera. She is Mr. Sampleton's niece. Now I'm going to tell you a short summary about this history. The history starts with Mr. Frampton. He's decided to move a new town to put an order his nervous condition. He moved to a new town with a letter that her sister wrote for him. When she moved to this town, she stayed in the Mrs. Sampleton house. He was received by Mrs. Sampleton's niece, Vera. Vera coming to tell him a history about a madness and ghost from Mr. Sampleton's husband and Mrs. Sampleton's brother. She said that his husband and his brother died in a swap and she didn't accept her death, and for that reason she's always keep the window open because she has the hope that someday her family will return. When the evening comes, Mr. Frampton looked three persons in the lawn that looks alike that the person that Vera described, the person that died. And he gets nervous and afraid and run away from this place. The person never died. He was a tale that Vera fabricated for him. At the end, Mr. Frampton ran away of this house and spent the night in a graveyard. This history is intentionally funny, but behind this funny history, there are serious messages. From my point of view, the moral lesson of this history is that the person shouldn't put their problem over other person because each person have their own problem, and I think that every person should to carry their own cross. My rate for this history is 5 of 5 stars. If you want to spend your time in a good history, I recommend to read it. The history you can read in with your family, with friends, and also in a school, university. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.